It's Raw. After the show, DA Wrestling here, Canadian content guy. Got some stuff to talk about here. King of the Ring files is set, so is the Queen of Files set. We're going to talk about this stuff here. I manage this is DA Wrestling. Let's get going. We're also going to talk the King of the Ring finals and Night of Champions. Talk about the Night of Champions stuff too, because there's some stuff that's been going on over the internet. We'll talk about that. Right? Well, looks like too, we're also getting Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn finally. About time. Goldberg. Is he gonna win the title? I hope not. Let's see. Lyra Valkyria basically screwed over Bayley. Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez have a street fight. And Rollins thinks he's just the end game, which means he's probably with the title sometime soon. Before getting all this stuff here, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. We appreciate you here. If you like the content here, we appreciate it. We thank you very much. Small click for you, big click for us. We are a small channel trying to grow even more and more and more. We appreciate it, y'all. Anyway, let's get started with this Raw episode, which is basically the go-home show for Night of Champions, which is taking place this Saturday, 1 p.m. here in Canada on Netflix. It is taking place in Riyadh. Now, there's a lot of things we'll talk about really quickly here. There's a lot of things that have been over the internet over the past couple of days, especially with the whole thing that went on in Iran. Right? We can't really avoid that here. So, a lot of people on the internet saying they're going to move the show. They moved the show to London. They never confirmed anything on Raw. Nothing ever happened with that. Show's not being moved. Right? It's a misconception. It's not happening. Right? Now, obviously, it's the WWE. It's TKO. I'm sure they're going to have a lot of protection on that flight going towards them, going towards Saudi Arabia. So it should be fine. Let's just hope that everything gets there, everybody gets there safe, and everything is all fine and dandy. But there is no confirmation that they're actually moving. They would have mentioned it tonight on Raw. They never did. That being said, it could still happen on SmackDown, but they did hold a SmackDown in Riyadh that they're doing. So let's be honest, it's probably not moving anytime soon. It's not happening. So if you're anybody out there who's saying that it's being moved, it's not moving. It's just not moving. All right? It's staying in Riyadh. It should be a safe flight over there. I'm sure they'll have lots and lots of coverage with them, right? Going over, I'm sure of it. Anyway, let's get down to the King of the Ring. Files is now set. Now on SmackDown, we saw Randy Orton beat Sami Zayn, much to a lot of people's chagrin. Right? And we saw Asuka beat Alexa Bliss. Not unhappy about that. Actually, quite like them. Very happy with it all. I did like Alexa. I do like Alexa Bliss. I was pulling for Alexa Bliss more. But hey, we're getting Asuka in the finals. And tonight on Raw, we got the whole final set up. Jade Cargill defeated ROXANNE Perez in a very good match. A little bit of, you can still tell at times Jade Cargill is a little green, but she is getting much better every time she's there. WWE has placed her up as a star. That's exactly what they want to do. That's exactly what they should be doing. So, Jade Cargill defeated ROXANNE Perez, right? And we'll be facing Asuka. Who Asuka came out at the end of her match, kind of do a little face-to-face. Right? Looking forward to it. Also, a little bit of a tease too. Asuka kind of teased with Io Sky at the back, saying Io Sky says, now if you win, we can always have that match we talked about, when we were in Damage Control. Which Asuka's reply simply was, we're not in Damage Control anymore. Well, hopefully we get that. Probably can. There's lots of ways to get to her. And the men's final is made. Randy Orton, like I said, beats Sami Zayn, much to people's chagrin. Don't worry, Sammy will probably be there. Sammy might win the 2006 Royal Rumble, 2026 Royal Rumble. Might be an early pick out there, folks. And Orton will face Cody Rhodes. After a very long, egregious match between Jey Uso, Cody ended up winning, right, with the crossroads. After Jey kind of took a little too much time, and Cody hit him with a cutter off the top rope, then went to the crossroads. But I'm telling you now, at the end of this match, Jey Uso was holding up his arm, and I'm thinking to myself, holding up Cody Rhodes' arm, that is, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? It would be a perfect time to turn Jey Uso heel. Didn't happen, but would have been a perfect time to do it. Just capitalize on that right there. Didn't happen, folks. But anyway, we are getting Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I'm going to come up with a predictions episode in a few days from now. Probably Wednesday. Probably Wednesday night, probably post it. But my pick right now is Cody Rhodes to win King of the Ring, to face John Cena, because that's what I think he's going to pick, right? And I would love to see Randy Orton just turn heel in the process. I really do. Make it a three-way. Why not? But hey, that's not bad that we're getting Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Maybe we can start this thing that we've all wanted to have for the past 2 years. Right? As far as the women's go there, Jade and Asuka, I kind of got to give this maybe to Jade right now to win this. Right? I'll think more about it the next day or two before I do the predictions video. But right now, I'm thinking Jade Cargill to win this, to challenge probably Tiffany Stratton with a cash in from Naomi. Kind of a big FU to Jade Cargill from Naomi. Who knows? It may happen. But we'll see what happens there. I'm going to think about it a little bit more. I'm not saying that's my prediction, but it might very well be my prediction. You'll have to watch the video to find out. Right? And listen to the podcast. And Spotify and all that stuff. Moving on, though. So Seth Rollins opened the show tonight and basically said, everybody's so confused with everything. You're all hypocrites. You don't know who to cheer for. You're barking for Braun Breaker. You cheer for Punk, then you boo CM Punk, then you boo John Cena, but then you cheer John Cena. And you sing my song, and you don't sing my song, but you boo me. Either way, at the end of the day, the point is, Seth Rollins says, whether it's John Cena, CM Punk, Gunther, Goldberg, he is the end game. He has the Money in the Bank contract. He has the briefcase. Seth Rollins is the one that's going to cash in at that point. Who he cashes in on, I still think it's going to be Gunther. I still do. But it might be Goldberg. Speaking of that, Goldberg had a little bit of a TV interview, a sit-down interview with Michael Cole, saying this goes back to when they were in Atlanta last time. And Gunther basically insulted him and wasn't going to respond to it. Right? Goldberg basically confirmed this was his last match also in that interview. Unless he wins the title. Then that comes in a different predicament. Do I think they're going to put the title on Goldberg? Yes. Part of me thinks it's going to happen. But do I think Seth might cash it? Yes. Because I don't think Seth is going to cash in on Rollins. Sorry, on if Punk or Cena. I don't think it's going to happen. Right? I think Seth is going to cash in on either the Gunther or Goldberg match. Gunther and Goldberg match. I just don't see him cashing on anybody else because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you could do the Punk thing. That would actually make sense. Even the Cena one would make sense. But he's also on the Raw thing. Now, unless they plan on moving Seth Rollins and his faction to SmackDown at some point, that's probably not a legitimate thing. So I'm looking to maybe see Goldberg maybe win and then Seth cash in. I mean, it kind of writes itself, right? Goldberg gets his last match. He gets to go out kind of as a champion, but then loses. So it goes on his back anyway. We'll have to wait and find out for Saturday night's main event, won't we? So the past number of weeks, we've had Karrion Kross here just crapping on Sami Zayn. Try to get him to, go crazy, go nuts. You know better than anybody else. He never had a world title in WWE. Of course, he was the NXT champion, but they don't want to count that, I guess. Depending on who you are. Sammy's had enough of it. He slaps Karrion Kross, says, I talked to the general manager, Adam Pearce. And next week, we have, maybe next week, probably next week, a match between Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. And I'm telling you now, you need to have Karrion Kross beat Sami Zayn. You really do. You don't need to have Sami beat Karrion Kross. Unless Karrion's contract's not, unless Karrion's not going to re-sign, and all those things are, nothing's going to happen there, then you might as well just have Kross beat Zayn, build this story, have Kross win the feud, and have Zayn turn completely insane and turn heel in the process. So anyway, it's really going to work. I don't think Zayn beating Kross is going to be a good thing. It does not. It makes no sense. Maybe in their mind it does, in this guy's mind not so much. This is an opinionated show. Sorry, I had to have a drink there. But my guess is Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn's going to go on for a little bit. It's good. It gives Kross something to sink his teeth into really well. People want to see Kross. They want him out there. They don't want him on main event. They want him on actually Raw or SmackDown or in the big shows. So give the people what they want. Since WWE always sits there and claims we listen to people. People want Karrion Kross, give them Karrion Kross. Seriously. Bloody time do it. Moving on. Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley versus Becky Lynch is going to happen. When? Maybe Saturday's main event. Maybe the next PLE. Either way, match could happen. And why, you ask? Because Bayley had a match against Becky Lynch today for the IC title on Raw. And then Lyra screwed Bayley. Bayley wasn't happy about it. Lyra seemed pissed. She does. I kind of like where this is going. I've said before this show, I like where this is going with Lyra Valkyria. I like this change in her. It's good. She's not just happy to be there anymore. Right? Put it this way, a three-way. If you want to, it would be great. If you want to crown Bayley, great. If you want to keep the belt off, put the belt back on Lyra, even better. Right? But it's going to help elevate that women's IC title a lot more. Even though you can argue they were elevating it well with Lyra on it, considering how she was like basically performing almost every week. For a little time she wasn't, but now she's putting it on every week now. So it's a good thing. Let's have this more. Let's have Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra back here. It's going to be good. All former NXT champions, all battling for the title, for an IC title. The workhorse title. Because all three women, let's be honest, are workhorses. They really are. Even when Becky was the women's champion, she still was out there almost every night. Give the people what they want on that. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel came out. She's all disgruntled because Liv Morgan's gone because of her shoulder. And yes, she's out several weeks, several months with this dislocated shoulder. She is going in for surgery for it. Hopefully she gets well soon. Right? Raquel's all distraught. She kind of goes out there, calls out Rhea Ripley for costing her match last week. Right? Calls Rhea Ripley out, calls her, I can't really say it on here because it's Spanish and it could mean a lot of things depending on where you are in the world. Right? Ripley comes out and obliges her. They brawl. Eventually, right, Rhea Ripley sets up a table that Raquel Rodriguez introduces. Just a fight, guys. There's no referee involved, by the way. Right? She's about ready to put Raquel Rodriguez with the riptide through the table when Roxanne Perez comes out, jumps on Rhea Ripley's back, distracts her enough for Raquel Rodriguez to Tijuana bomb Rhea Ripley into the table. Ripley goes to Adam Pearce and says, "Street fight I want. Street fight I want." I'm like, that's a good idea. It's official. Couldn't say it better myself. Officially, next week, by the looks of it, we're getting Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. Good. Looking forward to it. Should be a good time. Should be a lot of fun. No. But anyway, right. Also on the show there, New Day will be defending their titles next week against the Judgment Day, much to their chagrin. And by the way, when the hell did all of a sudden Grayson Waller join the New Day or become friends with the New Day? I missed something in the past week or so when I was in the bathroom or something. Seriously. The hell's that? Hey, it's ridiculous. Braun Breaker also faced Penta tonight on Raw and got the crap and speared out of him when he jumped off the middle of the rope there, and Braun Breaker just speared the crap out of him, winning the match. It's a good match, though. Right? Seth Rollins doesn't want Penta involved with him. It's going to happen, essentially, suppose. Like, I can see them eventually strapping a rocket to Penta's butt and just going, doo-doo. So, all in all, guys, though, the go-home show on Raw was pretty good, right? Nothing too crazy, right? Hopefully, they all get over to Riyadh safely. I'm sure they're probably, since the SmackDown will be on Friday there, I'm sure they're probably flying out probably the next day or so. So, hopefully, all get there safe. Hopefully, there's no problems, right? There has been known as a ceasefire. According to the president, there is a ceasefire. Not that he's my president. I'm in Canada. So, but according to the President of the United States, there's a ceasefire. One side says that's not true. The other side declines. One side says, kind of. Who knows? One says one says the other. Who knows? See what happens. Hopefully everything there though on the way there is good. Hopefully everybody's all safe. They all get there in peace. All in one piece, not pieces. Anyway, guys, it's Raw in a nutshell. I'm DA Wrestling. Thanks for watching this recap in a nutshell. Right? All the important stuff, the only stuff that you guys really just want to see, hear, and all that. Right? Make sure you follow us on all our sites. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and Podbean. Right? Make sure you follow us on TikTok at DA Sports. Right? DA Wrestling on X. We appreciate it very much. Make sure you like, share, subscribe on all those things. Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. We appreciate it all. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Night of Champions. Predictions is coming up later in the week. Talk to them. We'll give you all the predictions of what I think is going to happen. Should be a good one. Later, guys.